Hello everyone, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I am back again with another Bookish Thursday video where I will be talking about books. So for today's video, we will be talking about February's TBR. I am super excited. I have a total of 6 books that I'm going to be reading next month or hoping to read, and they are all different genres and different styles of writing, so I'm really excited. Disclaimer, if you guys hear any weird noises, it might be my dog, or 2, it is raining in California, so you might just hear the rain outside falling. Some of you may find that calming, some of you may not, but regardless, let's get into today's video because I am super excited to talk about books. The first book in my TBR is going to be Our Darkest Night by Jennifer Robson, and this book, if you guys watched my 2021 book anticipations, this was one of them. I'm still super excited to read this one. I saved it for this month coming up because I just had too many books for January, but this has to do with a woman who is escaping her country that was recently taken over by Nazis. She's a Jewish woman. Obviously, her life is in danger. And in order to try to survive, she goes to the outskirts of Italy where she poses as a farmer's wife. And all eyes are on them. I mean, the farmer's neighbors are kind of keeping tabs on them, making sure that they're not lying about their relationship, which they are. And Nazis are going to check on them to see if they're lying about the relationship. Now, we do know, and it's not a spoiler because it's in the back of here, that, you know, they start to care about each other. And we are going to be able to see that through this story, the tribulations that they go through. I'm super excited about this book. I love historical pieces. I know I always say that I never recommend them enough, but I really do love them. And more than anything, we are following 2 characters during a very treacherous time. The fact that it's inspired by true events is what probably is going to break my heart the most, because I know that there are millions of people that struggled and tried to survive the World War II era, but again, I'm really excited to read this one. It's definitely going to be the first one I read next month. The next book that I will be reading is going to be a book I talked about during my Colleen Hoover video. It is going to be Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is going to be a thriller, suspense, romance novel. I don't know why it's taking me so long to read this. I pushed this one and Layla to like the back of my bookshelf for so long, and I recently finished Layla. I will be talking about it in my January wrap up, but Colleen is, you know, she's dabbing into that thriller suspense genre, which I'm super excited about. In this book, we have the main character named Lowen, who is a struggling writer. She is trying to make it in life, and she's struggling really bad. Then we also have a character named Verity who suffered a life-changing injury, and she pretty much cannot finish the novel that she was in the midst of writing. We know that Verity's husband hires Lowen to finish the work that Verity never got to finish. And during the time that Lowen is working for the family, she uncovers secrets that no one would want to put out there. So again, it's going to be a thriller / mystery type of book, and I'm super excited. I don't know why it's taking me so long to read this, and this cover is beautiful. Another book that took me so long to finally realize that I need to read it is going to be the second book to the American Royals, which is going to be Majesty. And this is going to be by Katherine, McGee. Now, if you guys have not read American Royals, I think I gave it like a 3 out of 5. I really like the idea of it. I like the fact that we get to see what it would be like if America had a royal family. And I find the royal family really fascinating. I am a big fan of Meghan Markle. So, I mean, I know she's not technically royal by blood. She married royalty, so she's a princess to me, even though she doesn't have that title. She's a duchess, whatever. But in this book, we get to see the American royal family, and it is exactly what you would think. My only thing with this book, well, the first one, is the fact that it's told by too many perspectives. It's 4 characters, and honestly, I didn't care about like 2 or 3 of those characters. So I'm really excited though, because if you read the first one, and I'm sorry because this is going to be a spoiler, but you know that Beatrice becomes queen when her dad dies, who was a king. And she had a lot going on in her life romantically, and she was almost trying to discover herself because she never got that chance to discover herself, you know. She was thrown into the world of becoming a princess and next in line for the throne. So I'm really excited to see how she's gonna adapt to her role as a queen and what choices she's gonna make when it comes to her love life. So I'm gonna read this one. I'm super excited. I don't know if it's told by the four perspectives. I'm pretty sure it still is. That's my only thing I don't like about it, but other than that, I'm really excited for this one. The next book is going to be a mystery slash thriller, and that's going to be The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. And this is a book that I recently bought at my used bookstore. It's a local used bookstore, and I'm really excited because this has really good Goodreads reviews. Like, I think it has like a 4 out of 5, and it's won like awards. So the thing about mystery thrillers is that it's a hit or miss, and I can count on one hand the amount of good thrillers I've read. I just feel like you either see it coming or it's a pretty disappointing ending. So when it's done perfectly, you just can't get enough of those books. So I'm really excited about this one. In this one, we meet a journalist named Joe who has to go to a cruise ship and pretty much write a traveling piece on it. And when she's there, everything is going perfectly, but within the next couple of days, things start to change. Everything just pretty much takes a turn, and she witnesses a woman being thrown overboard. And you know, she goes for help. She lets them know that someone was thrown overboard, and no one believes her because of the fact that everybody that has boarded the boat has been accounted for. So really excited for this one. Let's see how it goes. I look so funny because I'm wearing my fiance sweater. The next book that I'm going to be talking about is Peony in Love by Lisa C. Lisa C is an author I fell in love with a couple months back. I think it was actually last year when I read her other story, The Shanghai Sisters. I actually found that book at the same used bookstore as I found this one, and then The Woman in Cabin 10. And The Shanghai Sisters was so beautifully told that I was like, I need to read another of her novels. So I picked this one up. So this one is told right after the fall of the Ming Dynasty, and we are kind of seeing China evolve and change throughout these times, but not so much. In this book, we have the main character named Peony, who it's kind of uncovering, you know, who she is as a person. She's becoming a young lady. She meets a man that she falls head over heels for, but everything quickly comes to a stop when she finds out that her dad is setting her up with someone and pretty much gonna marry her off. So I'm really excited. Lisa C, like I said, she's an amazing writer. She does a beautiful job at describing the Chinese culture, the good and the bad. And I just really love her. I can't say enough good things about her. The last book that I'm going to be reading for next month is going to be a book that was recommended by one of my really good friends, and that's going to be His Only Wife by Adzo Medie. And this is a book about a young seamstress that lives in Ghana, and you know, she's not rich and she's very beautiful and very smart. So her mom realizes that the only way to really succeed in life is to marry her off to someone that's rich. Then we have another character who is a rich man and is in a relationship with someone that's not approved by his family. So his mom decides to marry him with the seamstress, and we're just gonna see that this young woman, you know, marries a man who's in love with someone else. You know, the life that she gets pushed to is probably not the life that anybody would really want for themselves. So I'm really excited about this one too. There's so many great books that I'm so excited to read. Let me know what you guys are going to be reading for this month coming up. Please comment below letting me know what kind of videos you guys would like to watch from me. Like and subscribe. That would definitely help me out. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and take care.